don't watch movie with assassins. How many of you watch James Bond? I'm going to move to this section further. I said James Bond is an assassin. You didn't know that? Licensed to what? What about Joshua? Oh, okay. You're now getting it. These people are licensed to kill. When they kill you, it's not personal. They will shoot you and say it's nothing personal, and they will walk away. No conscience, nothing. They'll go and sleep. That's wicked people for you. They do you evil, they don't feel it. Then he now says they are selfish people who will arrange your kidnapping for money. But they were doing it for money because they were selfish. Then he says the naive people are the ones that are deceived into doing stupid things. And he says most of us lie in that naive category. Where anything goes, they say go and do this. That's why you have these people who kill them. Can you imagine this guy? They give you $5 million for every child you are allowed to go and blow up a bomb. So this woman has 15 children. They said why? She said because she wants to make sure that there's always money in the family. Just giving them out. Then I remember what the commander of the Israeli army, this was before this Palestinian war, he said, when we go to pick up body parts of the Palestinian or terrorist attacks, he says we notice one thing is consistent. We always can't find their body except their scrotum and their private part. He says we always find it because it's usually covered with a metal. They all wear this metal pant that when they blow up, their private part can be protected. He says we won't find any part of them, but we will find their, should I say what it is? No, too many Christians in the church. Anyway, they will only find their private. He says, how do you reason with somebody who thinks that, how do you talk to that person who thinks that that private part will make it to heaven? How do you even think? He said you cannot even start a conversation with them. I think it was Indira Gandhi who said, when the Arabs consider their children precious to them as we consider our children precious to us, this war will stop. Guys, let me tell you something about this country you live in. A plane took off. 110 people died. The whole country came to a standstill. They mourned and criticized the government. Yet, every day, over 200 people die on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. You have never heard one governor open his mouth until the rich die. It was Doc's friend who came, one professor from Lagos, Unilag. He came here. He said, Nigeria will never progress until we treat our citizens with the value that they deserve. He says, no nation in the world will treat your country any better than you treat yourselves. He says, we put people in Molue. We make them suffer. We do all sorts of stuff. You go to hospital. I remember when I was doing a test in the hospital. Everywhere I went, UCH, wait. 30 minutes later, you jump to another place, wait. So finally, I got under the whatever they were going to put in my throat. And I said to the guys, this is why you people call us patients. Because everywhere we go is wait. A human being just like you. You put them in Molue without windows. Listen, go to the embassy. I don't know whether they've stopped it. This is how you do in embassy. Ovek by visa. Human being like you. No value. Listen, I have a new guy, Ola, who's driving me. We were driving the other day, somebody with cement was carrying, they were fixing our road, and Ola kept moving closer to him. I had to hit Ola on the car, and I said, Ola, cars are not as important as human beings. Samade Ami said, when he first got to the US, they were about to cross the road. His friend just kept walking. He stopped. He looked left, he looked right, and he looked left again. The friend said, Ogbeni Kilonche, Telling me, only in this country, human beings are more important than cars. They will not hit you. He said in Lagos, they will hit you. And then they will abuse you. And then they will kick you because they think that the person who owns a car is better than somebody who doesn't own a car. What has car got to do with the equation of the value of a human being? You know, in America, the whites discriminate against the black, and I know I'm digressing. The whites discriminate against the black, Abi. Come on. And they put them in slavery for a long time. How many of you know? Until today, the black Americans have every right to be mad. Listen, you couldn't overtake a white man who was driving slower than you. When he was walking go and read about South Africa. A white man is walking Nigerians don't know how, that's why they hate us as Nigerians. We're too proud. A white man is walking on the pavement, a black man has to come off in his own country. So you would have said, oh my God, these white people are terrible. But in Nigeria, the rich and the privileged, we so discriminate against everybody, including church people. So much that God had to write in the Bible that when a man comes to church and is poorer than you, treat him with the same respect you would do a rich person.